So I'm at the bottom of Blaze Hill. Did a video of Blaze Hill last year. Intend to do a video again this year. I realised I've never before shown the start of these hill climbs where we all meet at the bottom and sign on. You see everyone over there. I've just filmed, having a nice chat, bit of pre-race banter, all that sort of thing. That's where you go and get your number, meet Beamer, have a lovely time. So if you're ever unsure, you want to join these, you don't know where to go, you always just look for the group of cyclists at the bottom, and it's so well communicated where to go. Never a problem. Right, I did have a mechanical, all fixed now. Time to get back up the hill for a recce. This is so good.
Have you done many of them?
I did quite a few last year. I did 5 or 6 last year.
Right.
And I've done, well, at the end of summer I broke my leg last year, so I didn't do the hill climb season. Cat and Fiddle this year was my first one back. So.
Right.
Nice to meet you, James. I did quite well in it last year, but I'm fatter than I was last year, so it's not ideal. Welcome to the bottom of Blaze Hill, where I'm joining Burrito Titans legend Peter. Some of you'll remember Peter from a couple of my videos, actually, quite a few. Here he is. Nice. Eating a serene in the queue to start. Yes, it's just going to sit in your stomach. Pure nutrition. It's nice watching people set off in different bits. Like I was number 47, I want to say, something like that. Whereas these are, you know, in the late teens. This fella has just set off, just said, oh, I just want to do a training ride. So we didn't have the volunteers pick him up or anything. Volunteer doing a double take at how long Peter's seat post is. Fair play. Always does make me chuckle. I don't want to, like, make too big a thing of Peter being tall, but it makes me laugh when people see his seat post for the first time. Push, push, push. So believe it or not, what looks like a very, very flat road that I'm standing on here is the hill. And it's ferociously steep that way, and it's ferociously steep that way, but it's a nice view from here, so I thought I'd film here. It's a howling tailwind today. You don't hear me admit that very often. Everyone should be getting faster times. I think that impacts my strategy, because I think I'm going to just blast up the steep bits. Here comes Charlie! Charlie's going to catch me tonight. Woohoo! He's a good lad. It's nice having a mate here, like I had with Alex in 2023, and hopefully with Alex again this year, and you know, various people last year. It's really nice having a mate that you sort of enjoy the race season with. So Charlie's off after me, a well-earned position, having beaten me the last 2 weeks. It'll be interesting to see how I go. I've tweaked my bike a little bit. I was perhaps disparaging of this bike in my last video. There's a few things that are hard about it. I can't tighten this caliper. This mounting bolt is as tight as I can manage without cracking the frame. Yeah, all fine, thanks mate. Yeah, thank you. This mounting bolt is as tight as I can manage without cracking the frame, and the caliper just moves, I don't know why, and it rubs when I go uphill. No judging me for how dirty my block is, but that's 25, so it's going to be hard on this. But still, that's the excuses out the way. I just want to do a good time. Yeah, phone's going to go away now, and I'll be on the bike cam. Underneath me talking now is just some lovely light-hearted banter with the volunteers about the fact that I've got a stupid 4-gram 3D printed LED and coin cell battery light, and also a GoPro or a Garmin Verb mounted to my handlebars. Like, you could just not go lightweight at that point, hey? Right, off I go. So my plan of attack for this, I flashed up the gradient there, but you'll see that this is an absolutely awesome climb in that it's really steep at the beginning, long flat section, really steep at the end. My plan of attack was just to bury myself on both the steep bits. But I don't want to talk about that too much for this video. I have done a video of Blaze Hill before when I was in better form and I did better power. What I do want to do is talk about the people who come to these events. That's what I want to cover tonight. Look at all these people supporting just here. I don't know who these people are, I don't know whether they're locals, like people just come out of their houses to cheer us on, whether they're, members of the club or whatever, but there's people all over the place. There's photographers who come out to take photos, and they charge, and rightly so, because they're, plying a trade, but it's still great to have that level of support. This event had, I think, 55 people sign up. Now, I love Blaze Hill. It's a great one to race. It's tactical and it's awesome. But it's an unremarkable hill. And yet, 55 people came out on a Friday night in May to come and race it. And I really think that's such a credit to Beamer and Macclesfield Wheelers and the culture that these events have. So, me and Rhiannon were talking quite a lot about not just the support around it, but actually the people who race it. Look at all these people everywhere. So Rhiannon made a list of people who entered, who were her favourites. So I may not get your names right. I think these are numbers 4 and 5, Joe and Chris Donnelly. They make Rhiannon's list for just being so polite. As she dung her cowbell at them, ding, 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 they said, oh, thank you on the way up. On the way back down, they specifically came over and said, oh, thanks for the support. Steve Vernon, he was number 11. Number 17, Dave Watkins, specifically came over and said, thank you for coming out. 29, Rebecca Bowler, apparently incredibly friendly. Every time someone does something like that, it makes my life easier, because, I know that it's not a great pitch to say to Rhiannon, do you want to give up your Friday night to drive over to Macclesfield with me, sort me out while I'm a little bit stressed and snappy with you, eat, I don't know, grab Leon on the way or something, and then watch me cycle up a hill, and I'll ignore you for an hour beforehand. So every time people are nice and encouraging and make this a community event, it makes my life easier. Just coming over the crest of the end of the first steep bit here, I was really nervous about my bike, as you know. I've been a bit derogatory about it. Actually, I'm getting to grips with it. I'm settling in with it a little bit more. I knew that I had to click through the gears. Okay, on my Di2, I'd crest that and I just immediately bang it in the big ring. Does not matter what gear I'm in the back. Bang it in the big ring and focus. Can't do that on this bike, but that's okay. You work with what you've got, and I clicked up and through. This is where I really struggled this week. To keep my power rolling over through these sections. You'll see it dip a lot, and it's partly mental, it's partly geometry of the bike. I'm just not as good at sort of time trial kind of powers on it. But I felt much happier this week than I did at Brickworks with how I was doing. You can even see my hands there in the aero hood's position a little bit. Here's Rhiannon out taking photos of me, dinging her cowbell, hugely appreciated, as always. It's 4 minutes into me talking since I set off, and I haven't commented on the fact that my friend Peter had his whole family supporting, his wife and their 2 kids, and he got his kids to shout, "Come on, Nick," as I set off, which is just the cutest thing, isn't it? And, it's lovely that I can see my mate here, and such a nice family. We went for a drink afterwards, and just absolutely lovely people, all 4 of them. So, I just wanted to say that was a lovely way to end the evening, and the fact that I get to see my mate Charlie at these. But much more than that, it's not just that I've got a couple of friends that I see at these that makes them good. It's the fact that every person I've chatted to just is here for a nice time, wants to engage with you, talks and, what are you thinking about the climb? Where have you come from? Have you raced many of these? All this sort of thing. And this, I think, was even the best week for that. And yet, for the 5 or 6 minutes that you're doing it, we are fierce competitors, right? People are all in, furiously stomping away on the pedals. Like, for the 6 or so minutes that I'm on this climb, I want to smash everyone else's face in. Immediately before and immediately after, they're just great people that I really want to talk to. I love the atmosphere. If you're not sure about doing these, there's people who just rock up to see what it's like, and I've filmed one of them at the beginning, and then there's people like Kieran who got the course record on this evening on this course by 20 seconds. He's a man who's earned UCI points this year, you know, so friendly and smiley, and yet clearly a top level competitor. As we get into the top here, I just knew, do you know what, I thought I will pass out before I ease off. That sounds stupid, but that was seriously in my head. I was not letting myself off here. I am out the saddle. Yeah, I will pass out before I stop. I was going much slower than last time, so be it. You know, my power was 30 watts down on my previous and I came 11th, but I did just about beat Charlie this week. I'm not in it for beating my mate, but that means, you know, I've done well. I was really happy with that result. I was very close to Beamer's time, so really happy with how this went, and look at all this support at the top. It's such a great evening, you know. Thank you to Matt Wheelers once again for putting on such a good show.
Go on, lad, not far, not far. Go on, Charlie. Well done, mate. I don't know what time one. I got no idea. Find out when I get the text.